Welcome, listeners, to another haunting episode of Kakamolic TV. Tonight, we journey to Baguio City in the Philippines, where the ruins of the Diplomat Hotel stand as a chilling reminder of the past. This once grand structure, now abandoned, harbors secrets too dark to be forgotten. In tonight's tale, the 13th Soul, we'll explore what happens when those secrets are unearthed. So, dim the lights, settle in, and prepare yourself for a journey into one of the most haunted places in the world. Perched on a hill overlooking Baguio City, the Diplomat Hotel is a place where history and horror intertwine. Originally built as a seminary, it later became a refuge during World War II, only to be transformed into a hotel with a dark and twisted legacy. Our story begins when Claire Santos, a single mother looking to rebuild her life, inherits this abandoned structure. She decides to move in, hoping for a fresh start, accompanied by her son Miguel and a few close friends. The locals warn them of the hotel's haunted history tellers, of headless priests, nuns who took their own lives, and the spirits of those who met brutal ends within its walls. But Claire, eager to make a new beginning, brushes aside these warnings. As they step into the decrepit building, the air grows thick with an unnatural cold, and the weight of the past seems to press down on them. The Diplomat Hotel is not just a building, it is a tomb for the restless dead. And as they begin to explore, they unknowingly awaken something that has been waiting in the shadows. Something dark, something that feeds on fear, something that needs the 13th soul to complete its unholy ritual. As the group settles into the hotel, they are immediately struck by its eerie silence. The walls are stained with the remnants of a time long forgotten, and the once grand hallways now echo with the faint whispers of the past. Despite the warnings, they begin to explore, each drawn to different parts of the hotel. They discover old documents, photographs, and hidden rooms that reveal glimpses of the horrors that took place tortured during the war. Rituals performed by priests and the spirits who remain trapped within these walls. In the basement, they find a strange, mechanical device, covered in dust and engraved with symbols that seem to pulse with a life of their own. It becomes the center of their focus, a mysterious artifact that seems to hold the key to the hotel's dark power. Meanwhile, strange occurrences begin to happen. The once quiet hallways are now filled with soft whispers, shadows that move on their own, and cold spots that chill them to the bone. The air grows heavy with a sense of dread, and the feeling that they are not alone becomes impossible to ignore. It starts with the small things: a door slamming shut on its own, a shadow passing by just out of sight. But soon, the presence within the hotel makes itself known in more terrifying ways. At night, the group hears the sound of chanting coming from the basement, as if an ancient ritual is being performed. The whispers grow louder, turning into desperate cries for help, and the shadows in the corners of their vision become more distinct figures dressed in old clerical robes. Their faces hidden, watching, waiting. One night, as they sleep, a cold wind sweeps through the building, carrying with it the unmistakable scent of decay. They wake to find strange symbols drawn on the walls in what looks like blood. And the mirrors in the hotel reflect not their own faces, but the twisted, hollow-eyed visages of the spirits trapped within. The once empty halls are now filled with the echoes of the past, screams, prayers, and the final words of those who died within these walls. The spirits of the Diplomat Hotel have awoken, and they are not content with mere haunting. The group finds themselves trapped in a maze of shifting corridors and locked doors, the building itself seeming to conspire against them. No matter how hard they try, they cannot find their way out. The spirits, desperate to complete the ritual they began long ago, need the 13th Soul, a soul of unimaginable power that will allow them to break free from the hotel's cursed walls. The spirits become more aggressive. One by one, the group is attacked by unseen forces. They are thrown against walls, dragged down hallways, and tormented by visions of the past, visions so vivid. They can feel the pain and fear of those who suffered here. The once hidden ghosts now reveal themselves fully, their forms grotesque and mutilated, their eyes hollow and lifeless. The terror reaches its peak when they realize that Miguel, Claire's son, has gone missing. His room is empty, save for the disturbing drawings scattered across the floor. The images depict the spirits of the hotel, each more terrifying than the last, and the ritual that must be completed to release the 13th Soul. Claire's heart sinks as she realizes that her son is at the center of the dark force that has taken hold of the hotel. Desperate to save Miguel, they follow the sound of chanting to the basement, where they find him standing before the strange device. His eyes are glazed over, and he speaks in a language they do not understand. The spirits, now fully visible, surround him, urging him to complete the ritual. Claire tries to reach her son, but the spirits are too powerful, holding her back as the device begins to activate. With no other option, one of the group makes a desperate attempt to destroy the device. They grab a heavy object and smash it with all their strength. The explosion that follows is deafening, sending shockwaves through the hotel. The spirits scream in agony as they are sucked back into the darkness. Their twisted forms dissolving into nothingness. The building itself begins to shake, the walls cracking and the ceiling caving in. As the hotel collapses around them, they scramble to escape. The once formidable structure crumbles into dust, and the spirits' cries fade into silence. The dark power that held the hotel together is broken, and the curse of the Diplomat Hotel is finally lifted. When the dust finally settles, Claire and the surviving members of the group find themselves outside the ruins of the hotel, battered but alive. They are free of the horrors that once haunted them, but the experience has left them scarred. As they walk away from the wreckage, Claire glances back one last time, hoping to leave the nightmare behind. But as they drive away, something unsettling catches Claire's eye. In the rearview mirror, where her son should be sitting, she sees a fleeting reflection, a twisted, hollow-eyed face, smiling back at her. She quickly turns around, but Miguel sits quietly, looking out the window as if nothing happened. Has the curse truly been broken, or has something far more sinister taken root within him? And so, dear listeners, we leave you with the unsettling conclusion of the 13th Soul. Some doors, once opened, can never be fully closed. Darkness has a way of creeping back in, even when we think we've escaped it. Until next time, keep your lights on, and remember, some souls are never truly at rest. This has been Tailies from Cock and Malik TV. Thank you for joining us for tonight's tale. Be sure to subscribe and tune in for our next episode, where more horrors await. Sleep well, if you can.